Good afternoon. This is the Open Thinking Dude podcast on Spreaker.com and iHeartRadio on this September 9th, the year of our Lord 2014. And I hope everyone is good. Everyone is doing fine. Thank you for listening, or when you will listen, because this is again, pre-recorded podcast. As I usually do that. I just want to talk about belief systems again for a little bit, or for a minute or two, and say why the state that the world is in, and it comes from the elite. I've said this in a previous podcast. Why do you think belief system has an important part in anyone who wants to find the truth and do research? Because belief system is the foundation of every action that any human being does. So when the Illuminati or the elite had this belief system to enslave, to empower governments, to create weapons, to control society, that always comes back or portrays, or the foundation is a belief system. And that is the belief system of the elite, to enslave. I mean, that is their whole goal, is to enslave. And again, the targeting, becoming a targeted individual, is because of someone's belief system, someone's system of control, that they have no control of their own lives, so they want to control people. Like I've said in previous podcasts, and probably others have said, they won't face their own issues. They can't. They won't. So that is why we are in the state we're in. We have to understand the belief system and the system of what the elite believe. Not assumptions, because assumptions will get you in trouble. So do not have any kind of assumptions. Have a clear understanding without any kind of predisposition ideas. And I just want to say, and I've tweeted earlier, organized religion creates true enslavement. I didn't say a belief system. Or I didn't say like the belief system, but what I mean is an organized system that creates pure obedience without questioning. Any kind of organization that's with religion, or any kind of control that has a hierarchy, be aware of that. And so it's easy to indoctrinate, even if you're not religious. Even if you don't have a belief system, if you're an atheist, you're easily to indoctrinate if you don't question and use your reason, your logic, and understand what the dots do. Like they say, connect the dots. Because they're using the religious people and atheist people together to create their belief system of a new world order of enslavement. I mean, there are atheists that believe in the new world order without being religious, of believing in the biblical text or Quranic text, but I believe some of those books have some kind of message about what's going on, and I believe, this is my personal opinion, and I don't want to assume, because that's what I'm saying, it's an opinion, it's not a fact, but I think some of these Illuminati elitists, they know Scripture, and they want to use that to portray, to create a false coming of Christ, maybe, or whatever you believe in, or whatever the religious system is, to deceive people. But we have to understand what they're doing, and there is a lot of going on, and what's going on also is the existing use of electronic magnetic weapons, Wi-Fi, even the products that we use right now, that I'm using right now, could be a weapon against my own self. Refrigerators, because of the electronic, the energy, the radiation. Those things that are being used to destroy us and dumb us down. And when you know the truth and you're a target individual, they try to discramble your mind, discramble, where you can't think and can talk straight. And that's what's going on at this present moment. If you look it up and Google it, and there's citations on that. But I want to get into some news. I think we've heard. This is from the alter.org or something, alternative media. And it's saying, why are cops shooting so many mentally ill people? Basically, the theme is cops are shooting. They've shot 4 mentally ill patients or people that have mental ill problems in the last week or 2 or 4 weeks. Excuse me. The article said this young man, KGM Powell, was known to suffer mental health issues. This is the guy that was shot. Anyways, I really don't have time. I'm sorry. I apologize. Next time, I'm going to have to remind myself to go into this article about why cops are shooting mentally ill people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start that and stop it. Forgive me, folks. But I like to say, in the economics now, in America, especially in Detroit, to try to save their economy, they're selling water, and the corporation that's doing it is Nestle, something like that. Sorry about my vocab. I'm telling you, things are happening. Anyways, they'll try to take your credibility away. Just take the note of that. But anyways, they used to have one of the greatest resources because of one of the Great Lakes there, and now it's been taken away because of their bad economic systems and choices that they were forced to do. And now, to stay afloat, they sold the water to a private company. Now, to get water is a right. Now, it's a product. What's going on is they're using now people as products. They don't see people as human beings. It's all products. That is why they're selling water. Now, prisons are private too. I mean, they can do anything. There's no regulation. People are getting mocked and beat and stuff in there. And there's no true law, which hadn't been around for a long time, because the corporations run it because of the Act of 1871, where it hereby says America. It's not America like it used to be, but it's the America of the corporations. Look that up, the Act of 1871, how America became a corporation. So if you look at this, everything is making money. And now what the elite want us to do also for the housing is for us to be bankrupt, where we would be true servants of them. But we need to get out of the system, and I need to get out of it myself, so I don't want to be a hypocrite, and to live off a different system. But if you live off the grid and different system of the old ways, they'll think you're a terrorist. This is my opinion. And then they'll come and raid you. So you'll be enemy of the state because you like freedom, you like human life, you like human sanctity. And I'm for anybody's belief system. But when it's a belief system of murder, rape, molestation, evil things, I will not stand. Only if it's by consenting people and it doesn't harm anyone. But the thing is, the power of this organized religion from these elite that believe in that, even though they don't really believe, they believe they've become ultimate gods. This is my opinion from what I've done, studied, and still continuing. I might be wrong. If I am, I will come back on here and say I'm wrong, and I will show me where I need to do my research, and I'll research it again. But it's really awful to see that what's going on. I mean, we've become products. We're not human beings. And I'm not trying to stir up the damn pot. But what's being sprayed, the chemtrails, and what we eating. I'm not saying that's fact. So this is just an opinion or theory. This is a theory I'm throwing out. From all this chemical stuff and metal stuff that we're eating, maybe men. That's why men and women are becoming homosexual, gay, or lesbian. Not because it's a natural thing. If that was the case, it'd be a higher rate, I guess. I don't know. That's just a theory. So I'm not saying that it's a fact, okay? I'm just throwing it out there as a hypothetical theory. So I need to do my own research on that. But you know what? Most scientists, probably, not all, but most, are already sold to the system of the elite, so you can't really depend on what they say. What they do is, for those who stepped out of that elite system of scientists, they look at it as a goofball or a maniac or a discrediting because he wants the truth and he doesn't follow the system, so he is not credible. That's how they do it, folks. That's how they do it. So be aware and don't be afraid. Have love and do good. And I'm going to the sports note right now. On the sports note, congratulations to the Carolina Panthers. They won without Cam Newton. Good job, defense. Stepped up. 20-14. I don't know. I don't watch it here now being in the Netherlands. But with that, guys and gals, with that about the mentally ill shooting, I will do that briefly. I will do a sequelic. My tongue gets twisted when I do that because of the South. Actually, not sequelic. That is, but a synopsis of this article from Alter, I think .org, something like that. When you talk fast and you're from the South, you get like twisted, man, like that. Blah, 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 you know. Also, I was at this church service. I attend church out of respect for my family. I know you're going to say, why don't you get the hell out? But anyways, I was at this church. It was a anniversary for this church I attend here in the Netherlands. It's a worldwide church, but mostly it's a homogeneous church of Filipinos. But, there's about 500 people attended, which is a lot. And I was part of the, because I'm at part of the church, not really a guest. I stood at the back of the church. And when you stand at the back of something, and when you're in the back, you notice everything. You see everything. And I just want to say this on a quick note. Wow. And I ain't disrespecting any Filipinos. All right, not disrespecting anyone, Filipino or Pinay. But I noticed at the church there was a good percentage, not probably 20%, that's a high percentage of these women wearing mini skirts. For my former literalist biblical Christian self, I would really be uproared. I'm still kind of, because the reason is, if you claim that you want to be like this, based on what your belief system is and what you believe in the scriptures, then you would be wearing a miniskirt. That's all. But for me personally, I don't care. And it's not because I'm a man, I'm looking. There was a couple examples. A couple examples, 2 or 3 times that, because when you're looking and stuff, you look around. I had one, anyways, I'll get away from that. I don't understand, you know, if you're a literalist and a fundamentalist, I mean, 20, probably up to about 20% max of the Filipino women there wearing mini skirts, and it's not because of Filipino, but I've been in other churches where I've seen white women and other women wearing mini skirts too. But that's the most I ever seen in the church. So I don't know. I don't judge them. I personally, it doesn't matter. But in the context of being a literalist, a believer, or a Christian like that, it wouldn't matter. But for me personally, it doesn't. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But I think that's more common now. But if you believe in the fundamentalist belief, it's not. But anyways, that's enough of that topic. And sorry about my, you know, sometimes I'm like that. But anyways, you've been listening to the Open Think and Do podcast on Spreaker.com and iHeartRadio. Be blessed, use reason and logic, and still have some kind of faith or something. Because these days are really evil. Not just because it's religious, but there is a spiritual aspect to it. So keep your head up. So remember, every choice we do has a consequence, whether good or bad. Be blessed, have reason and logic, and bye-bye.